Hello you guys, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of an experiment. I'm going to be seeing if I can actually find what I'm looking for at the thrift store. You know, at thrift stores, we often find things we don't need or didn't know we needed. But the question today is, can we find the things that we actually need right now? I keep a little list on my phone of things I need that of course I could find it on Amazon or at Target or at the mall, but I think it'd be really cool to buy a secondhand item like that. So I keep a list, and my list has gotten long enough now where I feel like I need to go out and see if I can actually find any of it at the thrift store. You know, there's all this buzz around secondhand shopping and how it's good for the environment, which is true for sure, but how convenient is it really? Does it end up being a waste of time, or is it actually a good use of your time, and can you actually find the items that you need? And can you save money doing it? So today I am going to be shopping at least one Goodwill. I might go to two if I can't find what I'm looking for. However, I want this to be realistic for those of you that maybe live in a smaller town and don't have access to like literally dozens of thrift stores like I do. I want this to be somewhat doable and like an experiment that could possibly apply to you. As I take you shopping, I plan on going into the specifics of what I'm looking for, but for now I want to share with you just my list of items that I need right now. One is a cutting board. The next is a saucepan with a lid, a medium-sized one. I already have a large, I need a medium. Some sort of drawer organizer for one of our junk drawers. I want one of those little, I don't even know what they're called, but I'm calling it like a multi-file envelope where you open it up and they're usually plastic, and inside there's all these different slots. So I need one of those. Another thing I need is photo albums, the kind where you just slide the photos into the plastic sleeves. And then the next thing I am gonna look for is a pair of snow gloves for my daughter because we're heading to the mountain next week. Another thing I know I'll be able to find is a reusable cup. I do not need a Stanley. I just need some sort of cup that has a lid and a straw, preferably one that has some sort of temperature control. And then onto the clothing items that I want. I shared in a recent video that I've been wanting a long dark denim jacket, preferably a dark wash. And so I'm always on the hunt for that. I'm always on the hunt for cardigans. I actually recently thrifted this, which was exactly what the style that I have been looking for. So more of items like these. And the last thing that I am looking for on my wish list are belts. I would love a vintage black belt or a vintage butterscotch camel colored belt. So let's go see what they have for us at this first Goodwill. Historically, this Goodwill has been my favorite location to shop at. I'm gonna start in the housewares section to see if they have a saucepan with a lid, or just a lid that will work with my saucepan that needs a lid. I haven't spent much time in this section of the store before, so I was happy to see that they do sell just the lids, and I of course brought my measurements and found exactly what I needed. Now I'm over in the cup aisle to see if they have the kind of cup that I'm looking for. They have a lot of those Starbucks cups, but honestly, the selection here isn't that great. I thought there were going to be more to choose from, and they definitely didn't have the larger style thermos kind of cup with a handle that I needed. This is the aisle where that envelope would be and photo albums, and this is not looking very promising. I actually got distracted by this little set of fireplace tools, $15, and I really loved the details on the handle and of course that brass finish. But back to what I came here for. This is not looking promising, and I'm questioning why I came to this location because everything is feeling very, very sparse. So they do have a couple of photo albums. This isn't really the style I was picturing, as the photo albums I need are for my kids, and these feel very formal and a little outdated. I'm feeling to see if these are just the plastic sleeves or if it's that sticky glue kind from the olden days, and it is just plastic sleeves, so that's a good thing. The price was $4.99 for this, and again, I'm just not too sold. I also saw this one for $1.99, has that mirrored front, but it's not as big as I was hoping for. I was hoping to find some that have, that each page has 3 to 4 photos. So I think I'm going to put that back. I moved on to the coat section and found this lovely leather camel coat, which I actually have a version of that was given to me from my grandma. So I definitely don't need this, but I thought it was beautiful. So let's get back to what I came here for, which was a long denim jacket. I already did a quick scan of these racks to see if there were any long denim coats hanging, and I didn't see anything, but as it is with thrifting, you really have to get in there and dig, because you never know what you might find, and what you see on the surface is oftentimes not a true reflection of what is in there, so it's always worth digging a little bit deeper. I thought this one might be a solid option, but I think it's just oversized and it's not quite the length I want. Moving on to the belts, I almost immediately found exactly what I wanted. I have been wanting a vintage cognac leather belt for a long time. It's pinned all over my Pinterest, and this one fits me, so I think I'm gonna get it. Now moving on to sweaters. As you may or may not know, Goodwill organizes their clothing section first by size and then by color within that size. So the way I like to shop is by finding my size on the racks and then just sifting through the colors of clothing items that I enjoy wearing. I'm not finding much in the way of cardigans, but I did love this brown chocolatey colored sweater, and I'm going to try it on along with this kind of formal vintage button-up shirt. This shirt is $7.99, and it's definitely something I would wear with some black slacks. And then here we have a close-up of the brown sweater, which was also $7.99. Let's try these on. Hopefully they fit. So I noticed some people, this shirt might look really outdated, but to be honest, I love it. I love the buttons and that black trim. However, I do wish it was just a little more fitted. It's a little too loose and boxy, which is so disappointing. Now moving on to the brown sweater, which fits me perfectly and is an upgrade from the sweatshirts that I typically wear, so I think I'm going to get it. So that was not the luck that I was hoping for when we were going into that shopping trip. As you saw, did not find more than what? Okay, I found 3 things that were on my list that I will count as, okay, actually 4. So let me show you what I got. First thing that I picked up was this saucepan lid. It was only $1.99. Actually, all of their lids, at least the ones around this size, were $1.99. So that's a great deal. I took my measurements ahead of time, and then I took my measuring tape with me at the store so that I could make sure this is going to fit. So hopefully I measured correctly. Hopefully it's a perfect fit, or at least close enough. The one I've been using with that saucepan is like 3 inches too big, and then it drips steam all over my stovetop. So this is going to be better than that. Now, the next thing I got was this belt, and it's actually reversible. It was $6.99, so not like an incredible price. However, it looks vintage. It's not. I can tell the quality just isn't there. However, this is pretty much exactly the style and color of belt that I was looking for. So, you know what? It might not be reversible actually, but this is the color that I wanted. And you could try to do it reversible, but like once you take this off, you can see, I'm not sure it's supposed to be. You can flip this way. I don't know, maybe it is actually. Yeah, actually, I think it is. So no luck with the cardigans with the button-ups. They had some that were like the perfect size and button, you know, look that I was going for, but the wrong color, or vice versa, wasn't my size, but all of that. So I did find, though, this sweater that I showed you in the store. So I ended up buying it for $7.99, and it's by no means high quality, but I'm not always fixated on like it being vintage or name brand when I'm looking for clothing. For clothing, I'm just looking mostly for a good deal on something that I want or need. Now, the other thing, this is not on my list, but I spotted the scarves. This one caught my eye because of the colors, and I never stop and look at the scarves. Not sure why. There's not like a reason that I don't. It's just something I forget about. And I just thought this would be so cute in a ponytail, like in the spring and summer. I do like wearing scarves when I wear a ponytail. And it was $4.99. Again, I would not say that is a steal, especially because this is a really small square scarf. It's probably 18 by 18 inches. And it's not like a big plush warm scarf, but whatever. I loved it, loved the colors, so I knew I had to buy that. The last thing on my list that I picked up were these gloves, and these are brand new. They had these at the checkout line, and I was staring at these for a long time, reading the entire label. I could not figure out if they're actually waterproof. They feel waterproof-ish. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these for myself because I know they fit me perfectly, and I can kind of control how wet I get them when we play in the snow. And then I'm going to give my snow gloves to my son, who's kind of the same size as me right now, and then my daughter can have his old snow gloves. So it works out, and I'm going to count this as something that was on my list because it solves my glove problem. These were $6.99. Like I said, they're brand new, and they have this cozy Sherpa lining inside. So I just got home to refuel myself. I need some water, maybe a little snack, and then I have to pick up my daughter from school. But then I am going to go to one more Goodwill to see if I have better luck. This one was just not well stocked, and it's the only one in like a 5-mile radius, I want to say. So every time I go there, it's so busy, so it's hard to film, but then it's also just super picked over. So hopefully I have better luck at the next one. Okay, I am feeling refreshed. Let's go pick up my daughter and then go see what the second Goodwill has to offer. This Goodwill has quickly become one of my favorite locations to shop at, as they always seem really well stocked and their prices are really fair. I'm heading straight to the dish section to look at the cutting boards and found this rust colored cutting board, which is a really good size, and it was only $2.99. I just spotted a couple of drawer organizers. Now these are for silverware, but you can use them for anything really. So I have these two options here. One is a nice clear one with only 3 compartments. The other one is this one with many smaller compartments, but the overall size is a lot larger, and it was only $4.99. So I'm definitely gonna get that. Now look at this cup selection, you guys. There are so many to choose from, and just FYI, if you like those reusable Starbucks cups, they have so many of them here at this store for about $7. I found this large pink cup with a handle. It's in pretty good condition, and it was only $4.99, plus the red tags were 50% off, so I decided to get that one. Now I'm of course always keeping an eye out for items to put in my Etsy store, so I had to walk through all of the aisles, and I found this adorable little parrot cup for $4.99. It's like a tiki cocktail cup. I didn't end up getting it, but it was so fun I still wanted to show you. And then I saw this set of kitty cat napkin rings. They're porcelain, and sadly there were only 3 of them. They were only 99 cents each, but I just couldn't justify getting the 3 of them because I couldn't even use them in my own home as we have a family of 4. So I'm keeping them there for someone else to hopefully pick up. Now we're in the craft and office section looking for photo albums and one of those accordion style envelopes. We immediately spotted this adorable photo album. My daughter loved it because of the stripes. She said it reminded her of Sephora, and it was only $3.99. So I think we're gonna get that one. Then I headed to the clothing section and spotted this long denim-y coat. It actually wasn't real denim. It was more of like a jegging material, but I thought the proportions and the cut of it looked promising. I definitely wanted to try it on. Sadly, when I put it on, it was reminding me of like one of those drapey cape sweaters we would wear in the early 2010s, and the cut on the bottom was just not what I was looking for. Had to glance at the belts too, but didn't find anything that I liked. Okay, well, I should have just gone to that store from the get-go because they were well stocked and they had everything I needed. So I know I already showed you in the store, but I just want to wrap up this video and show you what I did end up buying. I got this cup. The lady said I could pick a straw from any of the cups that were on the shelf because this one didn't come with one. And it's a little short, but I think when there's ice in the cup, it will end up working just fine. And then I did end up getting 3 photo albums, which I showed you briefly, but I got these 2 big ones. They were each $3.99, and then I got this little one. My daughter wanted this one and the light purple one. So every Christmas, my husband gets photos printed for them from our camera rolls that we take throughout the year. That way they have some sort of memento from their childhood. So now the photos, we've been doing this for many years now, the photos are kind of scattered all over, and it would be great to start putting them in albums by year so that each year kind of has their own album. Next thing I got was this cutting board. I love the color and the material. It does have some wear, but it's not a big deal. This was $2.99 and it's nice and big. And then the last thing I wanted to show you was this drawer organizer. This is for silverware, but I have used something similar to this in one of our other junk drawers. We have like a main junk drawer that's no longer junky. It's nice and organized in one of these. But then my husband has like his own drawer of random receipts and keys and things that he needs to keep, but he just went through it and he asked me to get something like this. So this was $4.99, which is a great deal because it's so big and it's in excellent condition. Thank you guys so much for coming along on today's thrifting adventure. It was a fun experiment. I think basically what I've concluded is that it definitely depends on the thrift store you go to as to whether or not you can find everything you're looking for. If you're lucky like me and you live close to many thrift stores and you kind of know which ones are good, definitely stick to the ones that you know are well stocked and have lots to choose from and good pricing so that you don't end up wasting a bunch of time hopping around stores. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for watching and have a great week. I'll see you in my next video.